So, what were the ship bans?
Ah, I'm so glad you asked that. So the bans for this entire match, the best of 5 grand final, TCA banned Gdansk, Kleber, Marceau, and Napoli, and Shots banned Nevsky, Brisbane, Donskoy, and Cosme. So Shots just like, we don't want any of that BS radar cruiser stuff. Essentially. So, let's go ahead and take a look at TCA's lineup. This is on Hotspot. They've got a Cotsbuild gearing, your typical Smallland, one less flag. Kinnymod is in an Annapolis. That's a scary sight. They've got a Svea without numbered. Petropavlovsk unique upgrade, missing a flag. A Marsilli with Honore, another Petropavlovsk with unique upgrade. A Vermont without unique upgrade, and then finally Snackman in a Libertad. Full secondary build, including preventative maintenance. Look at that. All right, Puddin', tell us about the other side of the game.
The other side is what shots? We have a
Yes.
Smallland gearing. Probably trying to build her back on it. Annapolis, Vermont, Colombo, Moskva, Spey, Moskva, and another Smallland.
It's interesting. You know, Colombo we saw do a lot yesterday, especially in the hands of Al Snackman. So interesting that they're choosing to go with Libertad instead. I guess that means that they're going to put him in, I suppose, you know, very much in the crossfires of everything. We'll see.
Well, I mean, luckily for shots, they literally banned all the 12-kilometer radar.
Well, Nevsky, Donskoy, and Cosma, right? And then Brisbane, of course, has their 10, right?
Yeah, 10, but the 13-5 tours, but I mean, knowing that they're going to bring Moskvas, the Moskva should be able to get to an island position to radar the Des Moines, or the Annapolis, I should say.
Yeah, so TCA choosing Petropavlovsk instead of Moskva. I still like Moskva a lot, but I understand Petro is a little bit kind of tankier, I suppose, huh?
But I think the big difference between the two is Petro's tankier, but Moskva's got better DPM. Man, this is one aggressive Marsilli. Oh.
Yeah. Inatos just going for it.
Well, he's going to get the Moskva spotted for Kinnymod to try to farm him out.
Right. Right. I mean, I suppose it makes sense. If you know that the enemy's going to take a 12-kilometer radar, it's going to be either Moskva or Petro. I don't know that the Marsilli was expecting a Colombo to be right there.
Well,
but Inatos does duck into the cover there, so as long as he stays put, he can't really... I mean, FTG's is going to pull forward. So, I mean, he's dead. It's just a matter of time. Question is, will they get the Moskva?
The better question is, can the Vermont actually hit the Marsilli? Because he is looking.
Yeah, mental. We'll see. Another big salvo from FTG's Colombo.
Yeah.
But he actually has to be careful not to give broadside to Inatos' AP. That was the Vermont salvo.
Well, that could have been so bad on the Moskva too.
Yeah, he's at half health already. That should be a dead Marsilli. Blown out of the water.
Well, Team Bravo comes away with the first kill, but they give up a lot of board position to like try to stop D there, so or donut. So I think it was. I mean, it's the only time will tell how worth it was. But also, your Colombo is low, right?
And lower now because Vermont did brick things. And also, Snackman's Libertad getting involved in that engagement too.
Gearing ate a torpedo.
Over by Kinney? Yeah.
Yeah. His Hydra was down.
Yep. That'll happen.
But I think importantly, that actually got some resets though too. That was big.
Wargaming, please nerf Colbert's Svea now detected. Open watering. Got smoke up now. But Snackman will get a shot off. And does not much.
I mean, did he do anything?
Nope. I believe they all bracketed. And we have a big push going on over at A. New Jersey has radar ready, and he's got to see this smoke screen coming. There's one radar. That's from Capmars Svea to see the gearing. Corpse out to try to prevent New Jersey from backing up. He'll just lazily move forward. Interesting.
Down goes to Colombo.
Yeah, I mean, that was only a matter of time. He gave up a lot of hit points just to get that Marsilli off the board. But Kinney Mod's in trouble.
I think they're going to get Kenny down here.
Corpse completely miss. Convenient gap there. He is dark.
But they are still taking the blind fires.
Oh, they should. They're just missing. Barely missing. They want him big time.
They need to get rid of him so they can start focusing something else like Snackman.
Yep.
Who can kind of just go into the islands now.
You can, yeah, pretty much. Looks like they gave up on Kinney. They're going to wait for the Moscow radar, which is a minute away. Yeesh. That's just a feels bad moment because I think Klansman's going to be dead before the radar's up. He's using his last heal right now. Or, well, second to last heal. But he won't get to the last one anyway.
Oh, Kenny's definitely going to funny button and get him.
All right, well. Shots may have gotten first blood, but TCA definitely got their revenge.
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, it was a well-worth sacrifice for the Marsilli because they, got the Moskva low, kept him in position, backed him off of the cap, so he really couldn't radar. The Colombo got low because of it too, so in essence, he kind of traded 1 for 2. It just didn't happen right away.
Yep. No, it was a cool gambit. I haven't seen that. We haven't seen TCA using that before. Kitty Mod detected again.
The enemy is about to win.
Another giveaway is up now. And
Smallland opened up on Kenny too.
I mean, everybody wants him dead, right? He's at 4,000. There goes the heal.
I think the gearing opened up a little bit too late to help Kenny out here.
Yeah, but he's got the heal.
They're not going to shoot the gearing. They're going to kill Kenny. That's the bigger threat and better kill. Can they trade Kenny for the Smallland? Answer is yes.
Well, it's not even a trade. Kenny's fine. He's still alive, see?
Well, I never said it was a good trade.
Meanwhile, I've been watching over at A, that attempt to just push up, it completely stalled because of New Jersey's petro position. Jocker is going to go down here. He's on Hydro. There's the Brick. And now Brick is reloading for the Annapolis.
Oh, wait. Don't have brick on brick action.
And the Annapolis pretty much knows it's done. He's just going to go for it.
Has no choice to either.
Yep. Yep. Petro made his salvo. So now Malo can try to get that angle. See if he can find it. Kinda did. But now the Svea shooting AP from the side. And there goes the Annapolis. New Jersey gets the kill. Vermont, also close to death, but still living. Even with that salvo, still living.
Well, we missed the Spear dying over at Donut from Kenny. Caught him on radar.
Yeah. And that's it. So, get my death pick here. Beautiful volcano in the background. You were just talking about that, Puddin'. Dying Annapolis.
Well, I mean, at least you're getting it in the background. The art department doesn't feel too bad.
Right. Right.
Sadly, Team Bravo did not win the first game.
Bravo did not win the first game. No, they got the first kill and the only kill. The theme of this battle was almost got him. Almost got Kinney. Almost got the Vermont. Wow.
You mean like almost stood a chance?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, it was interesting to see how that first play, you know, I mean, I think everybody was just assuming, okay, well, that's a dead Marsili, like right there, bam. And I think the Colombo got a little too complacent trying to get in there and make those shots happen. Honestly, what he should have done would have been better is if he had smoked himself up and then fired and get into an advantageous position instead of just shooting. So anyway, we're going to do another commercial break because I have a feeling we're going to get started pretty darn quick here. That was actually the title of one of my favorite episodes of Batman the Animated Series. Remember that show, Puddin'?
Which, and like with Mark Hamill as a Joker?
Yeah.
I remember some of them.
My favorite episode from that is Almost Got Him. That's the title of the episode, and it's literally all of them sitting around at a poker table talking about how they almost got Batman. And then one of them turns out to be Batman, which I thought was really cool. Killer Kronk. I threw a rock at him!
You know, like I said, I think throwing at Marsili there just to get the Moscow back. Granted, you lost him, but I mean, look how many ships they really suffered because of one guy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a great way to do
he
it.
just went in and died. He made him waste a bunch of salvos.
He got some really good chunks in on the Colombo too, before going down. So very impressive gameplay. I love the strategy. That was really cool to see. You know, I don't like casting games where it's literally just one team has the superior skill over another and they just easy win, like where strat doesn't matter. You know, this was a cool game because TCA came with the strategy and implemented it perfectly. And as Revenge says, that's right. We're talking about Kinney. He does not lose that many 1v3s or 1v2s.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they weren't 1v3s or 1v2s. So you had Stackman, plus you had the Gearing doing the spotting for him.
Mm-hmm.
right? So like they still have to respect torpedoes coming from a destroyer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, I mean,
Absolutely.
Kenny just doesn't lose like 1v12s at all either. Like,
Yeah,
he finds a way.
does indeed. And we got another game.
Those jerks, I was tabbed out.
I'm trying to figure out, is it gonna go in time? The commercial. I think I need to run a 2-minute one now.
Oh look, DWA's playing on their map.
Okay, let's go commercial break there. And then let's turn this one off. Okay. And then let's go to that one. All right, everybody, game 2. In our best of 5 matchup, now we're on Sleeping Giant. TCA spawning once again to the north with a Smolensk, a Gearing, another Smolensk, Petropavlovsk, Moskva, both unique upgrades, Svea, Annapolis. Snackman is in a Colombo this time, and a Conqueror. What do we have to the south, Puddin?
To the south, we have a Smolensk Ragnar duo. Looks like they're going to Bacon. An Annapolis, Colombo, Moskva, Gearing heading over to Apples. And a Radar Minotaur with the Delny in Vermont heading to Chocolate.
Yeah, we haven't seen a Radar Minotaur for a while.
But I mean, with the Delny, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still would like to see the COTS version of this map.
Mm-hmm.
If people are able to do it, like I don't know, I haven't done a training room in forever.
I think they can. They probably just, there was probably an oversight. They didn't think about that versus, you know, like trap with it. So it's fine. It is what it is.
I mean, it could be on purpose though too.
It could be. You know, Puddin, I haven't really felt like teams are getting that much work out of the Delny. Like we saw in the previous, I think that was King of Sea, right? We saw a lot of Delnys being used.
Like, I think the better question is, why are they bringing the Delny? Right?
Well,
like they're setting up, it looks like the Delny to smoke a Minotaur, like they're better options.
The idea with the Delny, and I can kind of understand it, is it's because of its armor plating, it's harder to be killed in a gunfight with another destroyer, right? So, you know, you do kind of get a little bit extra survivability. The smoke isn't American smoke, but it's still serviceable smoke. And she's pretty fast.
I mean, it's good smoke. I'll give you the like 1v1 a destroyer, but quite literally, why are you 1v1ing like if you're going up against a Delny?
Right.
Like why don't you have somebody helping you?
Right.
You know.
See, does the Delny? Nah. Tuber Chimpy brings up a really good point from 4 minutes in your future tuber. How can 3 members of TCA make it look like the entire team is TCA? And, you know, one is practice. I am sure all of these teams have practiced, okay? One of the hardest skills for a Super Unicum player or group of Super Unicum players is when you have not Super Unicum players on your team, and I don't know all the stats of all these people, okay? Is you have to come up with strategies that incorporate them and is relatively kind of easy to understand and to execute. And the same thing goes for Team League, which we'll be seeing in a couple weeks. You know, you're going to have Pool 1 players and Pool 4, which is the lower win rate players, on the same team. Well, how do you incorporate them? What do you have them go and do? So, you know, I think it comes down to a lot of practice and really good quality in assigning tasks to players that's easy to understand.
Be ready for the real answer?
Go ahead.
TCA is very good at micromanaging. Like, you will see these guys merc for other clans too, and I'm sure that's for them to practice their micromanaging. Like I said, I've played with Kenny enough when I was, when PN was still a thing. He's just a very good teacher, and he's very good at, at least telling competent players what to do. And I think everybody, like even on both teams, everybody here is all competent. So they don't need to micro as hard, but they're very good at giving directions on what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. And that just comes from them, just like you said, just doing it so often. But you really see it from them from when they've done clan battles.
Yeah, that's true. It's one thing to tell somebody, go get A cap, for example, right? Well, how do you want to go in and get A cap? Do I back in? Do I go in along the island? Like there's so many different little nuances to that discussion. Battle King almost got reset.
I mean, look at this push that they... Ooh, Colombo just took a chunk.
Snackman got Vermonted. Yeah, but mental.
But I mean, look at this aggressive smoke. They've pushed the Minotaur Dowling just away.
Well, I mean, it makes sense too. When you discover that the bulk of their push is on that side. Okay, well, now we got to be a little bit more cautious, right?
Oh, I miss Smallin from Strongman getting touched by something.
That would be Moskva and Smallland working together. Because, hey, look, there's a Moskva up there north of B. What do you know?
What? No, I never would have thought.
Totally haven't seen that played out time and time again.
Ever? I've never seen that play.
Meanwhile, Shots still hasn't gotten A. Shots still hasn't captured A cap. Oh, big torpedo hit though on the TCA Smallland and B cap. Mentor Broke's about to go down.
Well, I think they're going to get the TCA Smallland out. Oh, no, he goes start.
Pop to heal and he's
still
dark.
Coming in.
Snackman ends the discussion with the brick. Brick is gone. And then you got the Petro getting some shots in on Stormgren's Smallland. As Shots finally gets the A cap. And now they're just going to go for it. It's interesting that they're all just going to go through the middle here like this.
Kenny unfortunately took a torp. Luckily his scaring buddy did not. That could have been very bad. Oh. Ragnar trying to help out the Minotaur Downey.
Yeah, Melvin's getting involved on this.
Everybody's radars go down, but somebody's got to smoke. The other team doesn't. I don't...
Yeah, they really want Kinney mod. 50 seconds to go. But you can see Batanga now putting the smoke screen up right in front of Kinney. Kinney might die though. Yes! They get Kinney. And they make the gearing waste of smoke. That's a really important kill for them.
Well, I think the gearing delaying, not popping the smoke when he had it, could be a small, crucial mistake. The other thing could be Kenny goes, oh, you say I can 1v12 people. I'll show you, and I'll be the sacrifice for no official Wargaming blowout.
Nick's Petro is quite low. He's coming around and just... I don't understand the decision making there. He goes right across the island, and TCA knew, right? They knew that shots went in. But again, that comes down to what we were talking about before, right? With the micromanagement, with the discussion about what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. I wouldn't be surprised if many of the TCA guys were really hardcore focused just then and there and didn't catch that and wave him off and say, what are you doing? Stop. you know, before he came out over in front of the channel. Captain Marv now thinking I'm going to come back to A.
I mean, it kind of has to.
Mm-hmm.
Along with Colbert and Downey. Colbert and the Minotaur. Yes, we're in co-op again, where Turpitz is playing a Satsuma. God, I love some of those names. And for the bots.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, because they have the names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Very close torpedoes there. So, in a little bit, these Svea torpedoes will be detected by FDG, so he's going to know the Svea is coming back to A. So, the problem with getting into the Thunderdome is, well, what do you do? How do you impact outside of the Thunderdome?
well, I mean, this is the difference between clubs like me and, you know, TCA. Like, you don't kind of sitting there paying attention to what's going on. But how does TCA crawl back into this match? Because it looks like Shots kind of has this, but like you say, there's really just the Colombo against the Spade, but the small one's coming over though too.
Joker took a torpedo in the Delney from the gearing, puts him down way low.
Like your smoke radar cruiser is dead at sea, so it's, you know, yeah, you can kind of push up.
Snackman makes Inky for Rios' Smallin to try to get out there too. Smart play. Ah, they're trying to farm out the Annapolis. And I don't know if they've seen Captain Jacob's Conqueror going this way yet. Vision is a big problem for these guys. They have no vision. They can't see the Smallland. Battle King's trying to come out to do something. Moskva Hydro goes down, so there comes the radar. I want to see what happens down here at A. He even looking? Okay, he is. So they knew the Conqueror was coming this way. Must have spotted him before. Let's see if FDG can get a good Citadel hit there or not. There was an attempt to take out the turret. Didn't happen. I think they're just gonna ram.
I'm
That was
sorry,
a bad shot. Why would you take that shot?
the puppies came in and were yelling at me for Kenny dying.
That's alright. Colombo completely whiffed that shot though. I don't understand why he took it so early. Jacob's actually going to miss the ram. I think he's trying for the hero play of getting the ram and killing Malo's Annapolis.
I would have taken the ram if I was a Colombo.
Yeah, I know, right? Seriously. Like,
I would have just taken it. Like, you're up on ships. You're in the Thunderdome. At least be like, hey, I thundered something in the dome.
Thundered something in the dome. Snackman at 5,000 and falling. He took a torpedo. Those were the gearing torpedoes.
Needs to change his name because I'm getting hungry now.
Yeah, and there's another kill. Matanga's gearing goes down to the Minotaur. And
we do have corpse on the Minotaur Downey. Oof, they came close. If only the Dolphins would have sacrificed it themselves. I'm not supporting killing dolphins for no reason. I just think it would be funny to actually have environment a little bit more effect.
Captain Marv in the Svea has just been farming Malo with impunity. Like they can't do anything about Marv in the Svea. He's finally detected now.
The enemy is about to win.
Well, I mean, to be fair, him just sitting there farming, it's not getting the cap. Right?
I think once the Annapolis is gone, their plan was now we'll come out and get the cap, right? But
Oh, it had to have been, which is why confusing that the Colombo just didn't go, I'm just going to yeet you to protect my Annapolis.
yep, exactly. All right, well there goes the Smallland. Three ships
No.
remaining.
Not the Smallland.
Yeah, the Smallland.
That was my favorite Smallland player in this game. Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. There's another one. Okay, I got a new favorite.
Okay. 106,000 damage farmed so far by Marv's Svea.
And has he converted any of that to a kill?
No.
Like, I think that's the bigger thing. You could farm all the damage, but if you're not converting it to kills...
All right, well, we're going to watch Rias get annihilated here. Yep. And...
Mar finally comes out, goes...
Yeah, well, he knows it's over.
I can handle this 1v7.
He knows it's over.
It's not over yet. He could kill the Gearing, then he could detonate the Annapolis, torpedo the Moskva, somehow get Dutch ovens, and oh no, time ran out.
Nothing but net. Oh my god.
He was about to take damage in this game, but no, he did not.
Hey, you know what? The important thing is, Puddin', that means we have 4 games in this series guaranteed. That's good. I'm excited to see Shots taking a game off TCA. Team Bravo with the win, Puddin'.
Yes, that's the important thing. It's Team Bravo.
And this map was actually... Okay, so this map was Shots' pick, and TCA chose the Alpha Spawn.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yep. Gonna run commercial break right now, guys. Oof. Gotta get... Sorry, I had to get that in.
Think, no, I was going to say, I think the key here was Kenny dying.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As soon as that happened, you know.
Because I was looking, I'm like, okay, why is the Gearing not dropping smoke? He's got smoke available, and I think he just waited too long.
Well, and maybe that comes to play with your comment about the micromanaging, right? Maybe the Gearing was like, do you want smoke? Yes or no? And like waiting to hear instead of just instinctively, I'm smoking you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's probably made the difference. The Ram's coming up. There's the Ram.
I mean, like, you know, unfortunately we're not in comms, or fortunately we're not in comms.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just one of those things, like, you know, we have to wait to ask if somebody knows the answer, but I mean, it's once again too easy to sit here and go, oh, wow, you didn't pop smoke, you're an idiot, right? But like you say, we're not in the game, there's no pressure, like, do you need smoke? What do you need more? You know, you know, it's just you and me talking, not 7 other people.
Yeah.
You know, I think, like, the other misplay, why didn't you should have went for the Ram, even though luckily your Annapolis did not take damage from that battleship. You shouldn't have put that in that position.
Yeah, I feel like both battleships made a mistake in that engagement. The Colombo made a mistake because it didn't just go for the Ram automatically. The second mistake, I think, was firing too early once he thought, okay, this guy's not going to ram me. And then the Conqueror made the mistake because he fired the front turrets when he should have saved them for the Annapolis, if that was the play, is to get around.
I think the thing with that, and maybe some people aren't aware of this, and it does happen to people. One, that stupid indicator is realistically going by like your front turrets per se, not your rear or anything like that. Number 2, sometimes that, oh, it's good, and next thing you know, it's not. And then sometimes it says it's not good, and what do you know? Everything clears what it says it can't.
Yeah. Right, no, so I'm with you there, but it's just still hold the shot.
For the guarantee, you know, be like, okay, I know for sure I'm going to get it through. And there's nothing wrong with Colombo shooting AP at a cruiser, even if he is angled. Just don't aim waterline, aim for the superstructure, get all the pens.
Right. If he had AP in the barrels for the drive-by, I can understand that. I completely understand that. Okay, you didn't get the drive-by, it didn't work. Secondary objective is the cruiser, fine. Focus the cruiser, as you said, aim a little bit higher. I love it. The cruiser player in the training room told this Vea guy, "You are effing annoying." Which makes perfect sense.
He played the ship correctly because he 0 damage taken, I believe. If he did, he was able to heal fully up.
Yeah, what a game. Puddin',
Like-
we have game 3 coming.
No.
Yeah.
No, this is 2.5.
Oh, here we go. All right, looks like the timer and everything worked well for the commercial break. Perfect. So now, welcome to Game 3. It's tied up, the grand finals. It's what we love to see. Shots and TCA tied at 1 each in this best of 5. So on the northern side of... Is this north? Yeah, okay. Northern side of north is Shots with Smallland. Another Smallland. Bit of a different build between the two. Shimakaze is not moving. We might have... Nope, now he's moving. Full torpedo spec with unique upgrade. A gearing with unique upgrade and COTS build. Svea. Annapolis again. Malo reprises his role in the Annapolis. Petropavlovsk unique upgrade. Libertad now for FDG. And Mento comes back in his brick. Tell us about TCA's lineup, Puddin'.
Well, Team Bravo, we have a Smallland, a Gearing, and Annapolis, all heading to Apples.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Moskva, looks like it's heading to Bacon, like the island that, what is
Yeah. He's going up next to the whale.
G5 with a Conqueror, going to probably float between Apples and Bacon. A Petro also kind of just going forward between Chocolate and Bacon with a Smallland Marsilli and a Libertard heading over to Chocolate. I'm pretty sure the Marsilli is going to go up to the 9-10 line.
Yeah.
Petro could be playing Dorito Island or the Gap. The Gap there.
Nick's Petro, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Oh, no, he turned more towards Bacon.
Yeah, I think they want to make sure they can secure Bacon with the BCAP.
Well, I mean, they're not sending a DD to it. And, like, once again, they only have 3 DDs compared to the 4 for Shots. So
they're
you would
actually...
assume Shots owns the spotting just due to more destroyers.
Yeah, they're actually putting Nick by the channel.
I mean, that's where I would put him. It kind of keeps him safe a little bit. Nobody can run down the channel at the start if, like, that was a move.
Mm-hmm. And Badass Rockets, the restriction is because of ship bans. Well, and also restrictions too, but yes.
Molland over A gets onto the Annapolis radar. Gets reset. He's definitely getting out of there.
Yeah, good use
I'll be
of
fine.
good use of time for shots, but look at the torps. Malo pays the price with those torps.
Luckily, they're just small and torps, though.
Yeah. And Smallland trying to do the Unicum thing of I'll just stop. And his engines are broken.
Well, I mean, I think he should compliment the Annapolis for helping him stop by breaking his engines. And
Right.
oh my God, somebody
Yeah.
touched Conqueror.
What happened to
I wonder if
him?
it was,
Vermont.
I wonder if it was the shimmy with AP.
It was he got
always-
bricked. 36,000 damage from the Vermont, 17 and a half from the Libertad. 20 almost 30,000 from the Petro too. Wow.
So it definitely wasn't gunboat shimmy.
No. Tell you what, TCA not looking so good from the initial trades. Plenty of game left, of course.
Luckily, it's a conch, so... Oh my God, I'm low too. I've got some HP again, but You're not getting all that Citadel damage back either.
That's the big thing. That's absolutely the big thing, as now Mental broke with the Vermont once again. Here comes the brick. Not much.
Smallen for TCA's backing back up into Apples.
There's the radar from Kenny Mods Annapolis.
They're trying to blind shoot Kenny.
I mean, they might as well if they don't have anything else to shoot.
Petro has moved over to help secure Chocolate, it looks like, which means the Libertard is going down a channel, and I don't know if they caught this yet.
I don't think so.
And I don't think the Hydro is going to pick them up either.
I don't get why Captain Jacob keeps shooting. I get he probably figures I've got a super heal in my pocket. Okay, cool. Now he's using it. He's got to go dark. Got to stop shooting. Go dark. Wait for the heal to charge up again, and then you can start shooting.
Oh, and he shot just as the Libertar got spotted coming through the gap.
I don't think he's even seen it yet. He hasn't even changed targets.
So focused on that Smalland.
And he's broadside to the Libertad salvo. Nah.
Well, I think we're going to see a massive... we need to focus out the Libertard before we lose our Conqueror and Moskva.
Yeah, but how are they going to do that? Like, TCA is so spread out.
Well, there is a small one that could rotate back over because he just got C and he was looking that direction.
Yeah, they could also try to rotate the small end at A over as well because they are gaining ground at A now. Captain Jacob down to 10,000 hit points. Guys got to keep shooting him. There they go.
Well, I mean, he's going to have another super heal.
Yep.
Unfortunately, if the secondaries are going off, he's not going to be able to go dark. Looks like he did sail out of Libertar's spotting range.
Yep. Any mod looks like he took a torpedo just now. See what's going on the other side of the map. Oh no, what?
Libertard just ate a bunch of torpedoes.
Small and torps, yep. That's Rias's small you were talking about.
I mean, luckily they are small and torps, but...
Yeah.
I didn't catch if he got a flood or not. His DCP's running anyway, so...
Yeah, so he definitely got a flood then. Big thing is they couldn't get the kill on Captain Jacob.
More importantly, Shots is being aggressive at Apples.
They have to be. I mean, you gotta counter push. You can't just chill like you were talking before. Jacob, 20 seconds until his final super heal.
Libertar's on fire.
He's on 1. He's got his heal going right now for another 20 odd seconds. There's AP from the Conqueror. Doesn't do enough. Here comes the follow-up. Gets the kill.
That does enough.
Does enough, and Jacob's got 1 final heal. He's not going to risk it. He's going to take the heal now.
Kind of has to. He just has to play passive.
The fact that they were unable to get that kill on the Conqueror is huge. They threw away a Libertad in order to do it.
Well, Shots is now just being surrounded at Bacon.
Yeah, well, right. Mm-hmm.
And once again, we have a Spay coming back to potentially backcap something, but...
I think he wants to try to go and murderize the Marsilli, because he's getting behind him, and Marseille, of course, doesn't have any rear turrets.
But he's got secondaries.
Oh, okay.
See, oh look, there goes the secondaries.
Now, Marsilli just has to pull forward. Oof, Melvin. Melvin's on fire. Looks like the fire burnt out. Yeesh.
Well, Kenny's now spotted, dealing with the smoke cloud shooting him.
So we're gonna have ring around this
Possibly in
island.
Vermont, too.
We're being, please note for Colbert, doing a radar to just check and make sure that he's not sailing into a trap. Oh, he turns, hits the island. It stops him cold. That's actually going to allow Natos to gain some ground.
Well, more importantly, that means he could change focus and potentially kill off this Smalland.
Right. As Nick is working on that right now. Snackman says, here, this is how you shove with a Libertad, and he just walks right into B.
Kenny doing a fine job of staying alive again versus half the enemy team that's left alive.
Yep. All right, so Svea chose not to keep chasing. Interesting. Melvin realizing that Marcelia was looking at him, and bam, down he goes. That just feels bad. Hitting the island there really hurts. But the big thing is, he gave Yatos I don't pronounce it right, but he gave him the opportunity to dictate the engagement. Oof.
Well, Kenny won
Mod
again, but
yeah.
at least he's in smoke this time.
Yep. Malo trying to get this vision on Kinema, putting his radar up. He's gonna spot him in a second there. They're focusing on the gearing right now.
Kenny did get a heal off in time. It's gearing buddy's dead.
Yeah, and Malo might die here.
I think he's gonna get the other Annapolis, Kenny, that is, because he's on fire.
Yep, and he's detected now. There's the full funny button unload. Praise shots. They actually do connect.
Wow, that's some big damage.
603 hit points left for Kenny Mod. 37 seconds until he can get a heal off. And the Svea does end up eventually killing the Marceli. Well, a lucky torpedo finish.
Question mark? But
look at this dodge. Oh, Kenny just barely missed it.
Nice cross-torping by the two DDs. Very
good
nice.
cross-torp, yes.
Oh, Spade's almost dead.
Yep.
Oh, Concha? Oof.
Yep.
I would not have been shooting.
Who would not have been shooting?
Nice shot by the Petro to protect C.
Who would not have been shooting?
I don't see a way in for shots, you know.
But you said, I would not be shooting. Who are you saying I would not be shooting as?
The Spade being as low as he was in that smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way back in for shots, I believe.
Shots will get the kill on the small end here. Question is, will they trade the Shimakaze for this? And it looks like they will. Yep.
The enemy is about to win.
Strongman goes down, so that leaves the Vermont Gehring with the final two with 2 minutes left to go in the game.
Yep, and conveniently, Brick is in the middle of the map.
Well, at least they don't have far to go.
That's right, exactly.
I'd almost tell the Conqueror to go ram to Vermont.
Just as a final FU.
Pretty much, but like, this is how you kill me. You ram me.
Yeah.
Well, Vermont goes down. Now it's just a matter of can they kill the Gehring in like a minute and a half.
I do like the fact that they're using the pinata camo for the Vermont. It's a good look.
I don't know. Waiting for a punching bag camo.
Who's gonna get the kill? There we go. Moskva gets the kill.
Tomorrow, Team Bravo wins again.
Yep.
So TCA's up but one game.
That's right. Remember, this is a best of 5. Next game could do it for TCA. Could seal it. All right, let's go back out of here. I'm going to run commercial break again because who knows how long they're going to run this. And then Put and I are going to ruminate on that battle that we just saw.
What are we, wargaming now?
Well, no. If we were wargaming, we would render it and then play it for 30 minutes.
Oh.
And cause the whole tournament to slow down.
I believe somebody's calling for a pee-pee break.
You need to go pee-pee?
No, in game.
Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, they're calling for toilet breaks. I can understand why after that game. A few of those people need the toilet.
Well, what they really need is the poop buckets.
Hmm.
Right. We've not learned anything from Battlefield, friends. Is
How
you need
yeah.
poop buckets.
That's how you become
Colonel 100.
That's how you become a Colonel 100 in Battlefield 3. If you guys don't know what we're talking about and you're a big fan of first-person shooter games and the Battlefield games and stuff like that, do yourself a favor, go on YouTube, not now, but later, and search Battlefield Friends. It's a great series, and it's absolute hilarity to watch, especially if you're a first-person shooter fan. That game, I'll tell you, so that game looked really good at the start, and I commented about that as well, right? Shots really doing well with the early trades, and they just couldn't convert. I don't like the idea to just shove the Libertad as all like. Ironically, if he wouldn't have, instead of going through the channel, like making that turn into B, if he would have gone straight south, I think he would have been in a far better position to kill the Conqueror and the Moskva, frankly.
Yeah, I think they got greedy.
Hmm.
Right? Like, oh, the Conqueror is low, the Conqueror's backing off, we could pull off this push, and it didn't work out.
It didn't. No, it didn't. As somebody in chat said, yeah, he got baited. Absolutely. Yeah. They did a great job with that. And I don't know if it was the plan for this Conqueror to get that low. Probably not. But, wow.
Never heard of a strategy of going, listen, you need to get down to a quarter HP at the start of the game because their strategy relies on baiting them.
Right, exactly. So they just managed to really take advantage of that situation. Absolutely wild. And by the way, thank you for checking on Rumble too for me. As a reminder, guys, banned ships Gdansk, Kleber, Marceau, Napoli, and for TCA, and then shots banned Nevsky, Brisbane, Donskoy, and Kozma. One of the reasons why you don't see as many ships with those 12-kilometer radars. The other thing too, of course, is the global ban. You can only have 2 12-kilometer radars total. Whew. So, very interesting gameplay. I kind of feel like over at A, we saw them making that push, shots making that push, but TCA was able just to say, okay, fine, back off, and just survive. So, unfortunate that they weren't able to use the Shimakaze as much as they had probably hoped for. Okay, both teams are readying up. I have a strong feeling we're going to get into this game in moments. Will this be the
Possibly
final game
seconds.
of the tournament? Stay tuned. Oh, somebody unreadied. Somebody else unreadied. Now they're ready. I wonder if they're making some last-minute ship changes.
Maybe. Possibly. On a burger?
I have no idea what that means.
Are we going to see a burger on?
I don't know. We shall find out. That's right, King of North. We want good close battles. Okay, I need to flip. Yep. Okay, here we go. Pivotal game for both teams. This is game 4. Do or die for shots. If they lose this game, that's it for the tournament. TCA wins first place, and shots obviously is in second. So let's see what happens. We haven't played this map that much in this tournament. And so shots has a Delny, Smolensk, Gearing, Petropavlovsk unique upgrade, Moskva unique upgrade, Annapolis, and Wargaming Please Nerf Colbert is in a Minotaur this time. And I'm sure that's a Minotaur. And then we've got Vermont again, and now Colombo on the side of FDG. Okay, what's going on for TCA?
TCA, I don't think they really changed ships, but we have a Smolensk, a Gearing, another Smolensk, an Annapolis, a Spey, Moskva, Petro, Conqueror, and Colombo. They might have...
Snackman. He was in Libertad last game. Now he's in Colombo again.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, they've been running the 3DDs for cruisers to battleships.
Mm-hmm.
To where Shots has now went that route. I think that's another thing that could have potentially be hurting them is...
The draw.
As lawyers possibly are coming now, but I mean, Shots has been bringing the what I would call the vision strat. You know, you give up a little HP for more vision.
Mm-hmm.
Just hasn't been working as much as they'd wanted. And I forgot to go back to port.
Yeah, we have a restart
nobody's allowed to
called.
change anything.
And that's
can't
part of
even
the
put another
reason.
flag on.
Part of the reason why I'm always trying to look over builds before we get started, just to make sure. Okay, well, we're going back again. All right, here we go again. We had a restart, so I'll walk you guys through the lineup again. Delny, Smolensk, Gearing, Petropavlovsk, Moskva, Annapolis, Minotaur, Vermont, and Colombo for Team Shots. Absolutely do or die for them. Game 4, they have to win or this tournament is over. Hood, tell us about TCA again, if you don't mind.
Well, they didn't change ships from the last game, even though it was very brief. We have a Smolensk, a Gearing, another Smolensk, a Petra, which is unique mod, unique upgrade for Moskva Oswell, a Spey, Annapolis, Colombo running the unique upgrade, no surprise there, and a Conqueror.
All right. Well, hello, Rita. Do me a favor, and shout Rita out. There was a question about... What?
Busy watching the game at the start when nothing is going on.
Oh, okay. There was a question about how do I get the damage numbers in up here. And I got that actually before the stream even started. And to be quite honest, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember if it's an option here under Titaro or what.
what, the team panels thing showing you the damage?
Yeah.
I think it's one of the team panels, isn't it?
I would have thought it's a team panel mod, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different mod. T-Tower's got a ton of mods that we use. So maybe it's in the damage mod down here, and there's an option to show it on the menu too. I don't really, once I get my mods, I don't really mess with them too much. So, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it is. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because
Let's see.
Somebody answered in chat, it's a tournament mod. Well, that might be true, but I don't believe that I installed any special mods for this tournament. We haven't had tournaments in a while, and certainly not on this version of Warships. Right? So the res mods folder would have been changed. It's got to be, I don't know. Maybe I can play with it. It could be a training room only thing. Maybe this only shows up in training room. That could be it. I didn't pay attention when I was doing live play earlier during the break if I had the HP showing up or not, or the damage showing up. Anyway, shots detecting the small end at A. As you can see, they're going heavy over on the A side. Oof, Colombo missed. But I'll tell you who didn't miss was the people shooting at the Colombo. Both the Conqueror and Colombo took some good damage off of FDG.
No, I think it's got to be one of your what do you call it? Team panel mods, because I don't run any team panel mods because I don't put the team panels up.
Okay. I like having the radar and you know, spotting distances right there for me. Marv detected very early on that radar. Now he's popping smoke. Really good use of the Minotaur radar there. That's the power of what we call stealth radar, basically, because his detection is lower than his radar range. As soon as he gets spotted, he just presses the button. The big thing though is he needs to be aggressive to convert the kill. As Delny now showing up on Marv's radar.
I mean, that's a big thing. Like with that, like you will, if you're not in a tournament, usually you will catch people bow in way more often than not, which is not good for them.
Right. Marv was able to turn the ship around though. Very impressive.
Could have been way worse for poor Marv.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I was saying it's impressive.
Smalling on A's, getting forced off. He's deep in Moscow radar.
Yep. He's also, he's going to get a heal now. He's not using it. There he goes. See, when I know I need a consumable, I just tap the key until it starts. Make darn sure that I get it. Oof, nice blind shot from Clansman's Petro. Doesn't connect, though. They know the small end is low. There's the radar. I'm surprised it took that long for him to radar.
Waiting for his guns to reload. He's the only one with shots.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh well, small end survives.
Gets away, but damage has been done.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of damage done to him.
Yep. On the other side, we've got Kinnymod and Batanga moving up very aggressively. Trying to get FDG's Colombo out. He makes Inky so that he doesn't get stuck, and that's a smart play right there. Snackman doing the same thing with his smoke. You know what he's thinking, I'm sure. He's going to come out and he's going to get a broadside shot on FDG's Colombo as soon as his smoke expires. Or he's just going to shoot this poor Smallland. He has no idea it's coming. Let's follow his sap shells. Whoa, ho, ho, ho.
Wow.
Melvin backing up just in the nick of time. What's going on the other side? Looks like Captain Jacob once again being shot at a lot in the Conqueror.
Well, at least he won't burn. Because they're all shooting
This
AP
is
at
true.
him.
This is true.
Minotaur's radaring.
He's trying desperately to get that radar on the Svea. There we go. And now they're changing targets, of course, to the Svea. Delny's starting to shoot too. I don't like that idea, but okay.
I mean, you got to get the Spea out somehow.
Yeah. Just, you know,
Conqueror with AP on the Delny.
Missed.
He got some hits. Could have been really bad. I'm sure the border came into play there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, once again, Marv manages to sneak out of radar range. See what's going on up here.
I was going to say, doing a pretty good job of pushing the team away from Bacon.
Yep.
While maintaining control of the middle. So they can't, you know, shots can't just come down the middle of the map between Apples and Bacon.
The enemy is about to win.
Snackman catches shots as FDG's Colombo broadside. Doesn't take a lot of damage from it, though.
Here's the issue, though. They need to make a play in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if they lose the Spey, or one of their low health Smalllands, it's not good. And the petrol's low being shot at, so they need to really convert this kill on this Annapolis and Colombo up north at Bacon.
Well, the thing is, Malo was taking way too long to react to Kinney radaring him, and unfortunately goes down because of that. Can they get the trade, though? Nick's DCP is back in 10 seconds. I don't think they're going to get the kill. And FDG's Colombo pulling over for some Starbucks.
Oh, he
gets burnt down just in time.
Colombo dies, though.
I don't get how you can beach like that. Ouch. All right, shots. You got
to
you
get
guys.
all your guns on target. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate decision right there, in my opinion. Shots needs to get this Svea and Conqueror. I mean, they've been spending all this time trying to deal with it.
But I mean, with all those kills up at Bacon, opens up the middle of the map for Snackman and the Moskva.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Snackman coming out in front of Clansman's Petro. He's going to make Inky, and because Clansman's running unique upgrade, he has one less charge of his radar. But he gets detected on the Moskva radar.
He's doing damage to Snackman, though.
Oh, yes, he is. Absolutely. Remember, the unique upgrade magically enhances the AP shells to do more damage. Snackman's going to get farmed out right there. That's a huge kill for shots.
That's big, but
Oh!
right now it's still the score timer's got Team Bravo winning, but it is very close.
Jocker took... Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Jocker took a big hit to the Conqueror, but the Conqueror does go down. Huge kill right there. Huge kill.
They need to get this kill on the Vermont just due to points.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
have 2
sure.
minutes to do it.
Get a kill on the Vermont. That's a fun thing to say. So, but you're absolutely right. Battle King needs to get to the Vermont and smoke him up. Vermont barely misses Rias's Smallland.
They know they need
Why
to
are
get
you
rid of this
turning?
Vermont too.
He's turning full broadside. Why? Get behind the
'Cause
island.
torpedoes are coming.
Live.
Oh my
Get
God.
behind the island and live, man. That's all you gotta do. Instead, you're gonna take 3 torpedoes and you're gonna beach. And you're gonna beach. Didn't you see your teammate do that same thing?
That just comes into they needed to get all their guns.
The enemy is about to win.
Right? Like
you know,
you say.
score timer. Score timer. Just live and we're good. That's all we gotta do, live.
Well, it gets a
And
heal in
Mental Broke's like,
15.
nope. I'm not gonna live. I'm just gonna get burnt and flooded out. Oh, goodness. Huge mistake. Now that puts TCA in the driver's seat.
I mean, at this point, if shots can get a kill, they will get the lead back again.
Yes, it comes down to we need a kill. Sure, okay, fine. Where are you gonna find the kill? I mean,
On the map somewhere. I mean, the only thing you could potentially is the Moskva, and that's just because the Minotaur's coming up behind it.
that's really the only shot they've got. If they can maybe get a lucky hit on find the Smalland or Svea, sure. But that's about it. That's all it comes down to. You've got a minute and a half to kill this Moskva. And then nobody else died too, by the way.
Yeah. And it
Good
looks like
freaking
you're
luck.
losing ship's ability to actually hit this Moskva.
Yeah, Joker once again shooting. He got smacked so hard from the Conqueror opening up there. It just boggles the mind how aggressive he's being in that Delny. Torpedoes. Poof, don't connect. 1 minute to go.
I mean, sadly, the Minotaur just needs to keep sailing forward
Yeah.
to get
Yep.
shots in on this Moskva.
Yep.
He cannot
Yep.
use the smoke.
Yep.
Oh,
Smalland.
Smalland's under radar.
Smalland. Loitering a little bit too long in that smoke. Can they get the kill? 40 seconds to go. 40 seconds.
They need to get this kill
Yeah,
to
oh,
go
yeah,
to
God,
another
yeah.
game.
They need the kill. 750, 745, they get the kill! 4 seconds to go! 4 seconds to go, they win!
Oh my God.
Woo! What a battle!
Wow.
What a battle. I mean, just one mistake after another, frankly, on both teams, leads to one of the closest finishes I've ever cast before in tournaments. Amazing.
You know what I think we're starting to see is fatigue.
Yes. Yes, I think it's fatigue, and I think it's also, you mentioned before about the micromanaging involved, right? I wouldn't be surprised if there's more intense micromanaging now that, you know, okay, we lost a game, we got to make sure that we win the next. Okay, now we're one away, you know what I'm saying? And it's very easy to miss things. Everybody's focusing on the Petropavlovsk clansman, right? Everybody's thinking, let's get that kill, let's get that kill. And this poor Smalland is sitting in smoke saying, I think I'm safe. Doesn't pay attention to that smoke distance. Ouch. Woof. Let's get a commercial break going. I don't want you guys to miss Game 5.
Yeah. Ocean?
Why
Oh,
are they
God.
asking TCA if they're okay with Ocean? It's literally they're playing Ocean.
That's what FDG's saying. It's written Ocean. God forbid if we have to get the lawyers involved, because
It's not written Ocean. Never mind. Okay, I see.
it's not.
Under they actually didn't write down. They've done this every other match except this, where they've written the tiebreaker match. This time they didn't. I wonder if they weren't expecting it to go to Game 5 either.
I don't think anybody was.
Which game
I'd like to
restarted?
see
It was the
Ocean.
last one, wasn't it? Game 4? Yeah.
Yes. What an intense game that was.
Very intense game. And Chad is catching up to the Vermont error.
I mean, like you've done tournaments, like I believe Toxic has though too. Like, you know, I know, like I like, yeah, you do get tired of it. I just kind of want these games to be over with. I've been playing this too long. I'm like, you're literally playing the same ships over and over, like it's clan battles. But like for these guys, it's getting late-ish at night for them.
Yeah.
You know? So like this is where the small mistakes are going to start adding up and building up. You know, like you say, if the micromanaging is actually getting more intense, players are going to naturally think, shut up and let me play my ship. Right, and not respond too well to it, while the other guys are like, hey, I'm just trying to help you out, you know. So you could potentially have some of that. I doubt it. I think this more or less just comes into more or less a little bit of fatigue.
Yeah. I don't know if the clip command works or not, but can you grab that finish? Can you clip that for me?
Maybe.
I don't think I can. I can actually. I can clip it too. Huh, okay. See, maybe to about there.
Now let's put it in zone chat.
You would put it in zones, chat.
I said
Nice.
I almost did. There you go.
Thank you, Puddin.
I mean, I can't think of anything else but to name that. What do you mean? Like, you know, we're saying all that stuff because it really, I guess this is a personal irk.
Yeah.
Is you see all the idiots on Wargaming stream. Oh, look at them throw. Oh my God, they're throwing. Oh my God, they're so bad. They're throwing like. Wow, it's really idiot. It's really so great that you can sit there, never played in a tournament, and tell everybody, wow, look at all these bad players. Right? Like, why don't you sign up for it? Tell us how easy it is to go up against Rain, TWA if you're on EU, or KSC, Epoxy, Resin, you know, for NA. Let us know how easy it is to go up against those guys.
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And I love watching chat, you guys responding to that. Just fantastic way to end that game. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. But you're right.
Never give up attitude.
Never give up attitude. And also, yeah, it looks easy when you're watching from, 5,000 feet in the air. But when you're in the ship, it's a very different experience. Of course, when you're in the voice chat, just imagine how chaotic both of those Discord rooms were, both of those voice rooms were in the moments leading up to it, right? Lots of screaming, lots of shouting, lots of focus, and a bunch of people probably very quiet trying to focus too. amazing. And then, of course, we talk about, as you mentioned, go sign up, go play in tournaments. This tournament especially is open to any team, any group of 3. And what's so cool about it is, you know, a group of 3 gets added onto the other teams. And so together you have to make the team. Together you have to make the successes and the failures, and you have to, you know, handle mistakes and all that kind of stuff, and learn to work as a team. That's one thing I really like about this tournament, and I really like about the upcoming tournament, right? Our team league, which is in 2 weeks, by the way. So next weekend is the King of the Sea Trident Trials tournament. No idea what we're going to see there. I have no idea what we're going to see there. Looks like my AI bot grabbed it too.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to have to send this to you on Discord because I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay.
Where are you? There you are.
Where am I? I'm here. Cobra says, crap. Yeah, seriously. What a finish. It looks like Shots is down a player.
I believe you'll know what tournament I'm asking about.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and they've actually said that, so you're not going to get in trouble asking that question.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, in the announcement post, it said that you get to play with Tier 10 ships and Special Tournament Edition ships. Whatever that means.
I mean, obviously I have more information than the average human.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea that they're going with this tournament ships. Like, instead of doing all these bans and limits and this or that, here you go. Here's tournament ships, and that's all you're allowed to use. And let's see what you can do.
Yeah, it says... Tournament battles are fought with Tier 10 and Tournament Edition ships in a 6 versus 6 format. You know, one of the things that Wargaming can also do with tournament ships, I don't know if, because I haven't even paid attention to them when they were announced or anything, but I mean, you could potentially see them tweaking radar ranges. You could potentially see them turning off radar altogether, or, you know, whatever.
You know, now that you say that, how interesting would it be? No hydro, no radar, none of that. And no smoke. Let's get rid of the smoke completely, too.
That's what I mean. Right? Like, could be very interesting. TCA is readied up. Shots apparently had a player crash, so they're trying to get that person in.
I blame the coin flip that didn't happen. Like, it is actually odd, like you're saying, that they didn't have the game written, or the map written down for this. Like, these guys are 90% on top of everything. Right? I'm sure there are some things that we missed that just don't, like, maybe not affect us, you know, more behind the scene things that maybe a little bit more difficult, but like, these guys are really, really good with this term. Like, they should be running COTS, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. These guys do a nice job of putting everything together. You know, they're clearly good at what they do here. Giveaway in chat, by the way, blue bonuses, you know the deal. Twitch.tv/Lord_Zath. Make sure you're following the channel and active in chat. And Puddin', it is time. It is time. Let's see, we go this way. All right, the final game of this tournament Once again, Shots versus TCA. Game 5 on Ocean because it's tied up. Wow. Shots bring in a Shimakaze, Daring, a Gearing, a Downey. There's that Minotaur again. Sphea, Annapolis, Vermont, and Colombo with unique upgrade, of course. What's going on the other side of the ocean?
The other side of the ocean, we have a Gearing,
Yeah.
Des Moines, possibly Conch heading over to Apples. We have a Smoke YY,
Nope.
a
Oh,
Smallland,
yeah, it is, yeah.
another Smallland, a Conde, Kenny, and a Petro, and Stackman and a unique upgrade Colombo. And Kenny's running range mod. I don't disagree with this per se, with not running the unique upgrade, because like you say, you are giving up consumables, and with nowhere to really hide, you're going to want as many heals and radars as potentially possible,
And hydros for that matter, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Interesting though that the YY is Smoke. I wonder if that was an accident.
Don't know. I don't think it was, because if you look at it, his third slot, he's got the Smoke upgrade. So obviously if that was the radar upgrade, then yes, that's an accident, oversight. But no, I think I think I understand what they're trying to do. They're going to be expecting death snails, and they want to yeet as many torpedoes into those death snails as possible and simply overwhelm whatever's in there.
Looks like both teams, for the most part, they're going to fight it out at sea. Looks like chocolate.
Rias just walking into this. Can he get out of this?
And is that, like you say, the power of that Minotaur radar?
Yep, they're still fishing for him. They know he's going to slow down, most likely. All right, and then they move on to the Conde.
Oh, I kind of like the Conde. Like, he had AP ready to potentially slap a cruiser broadside and just fired it at the Downey and stayed with it, being like, okay, I'm probably going to get only one shot on him.
Oh! Whoa! First blood already. Snackman on the
says,
storm. Jeez.
Your AP sucks, Conde. Let me show you how it's done.
Wow.
Like, what was that, Sap 2?
Ironically enough, it wasn't the Conqueror that killed him.
It was what?
Well, no, the Conqueror killed him, but it wasn't like that. Wasn't all the damage. It was Ignatos's Conde, 20,000 damage.
Oh, well, once again, showing up the streamer who's an idiot. We're not running that mod.
Jesus.
See, as much as you want to launch torpedoes into that smoke, I don't like the YY for it, because the shimmy can literally just sit in front and be like, oh, look, you can't touch me. As much as everybody makes fun on me for being a 20-kilometer supporter, at least you have to move for them. You have to respect them. They will hurt.
What's going on over here? Schlitzer detected in the Des Moines. All right. Ooh. Decent chunking there on the Annapolis. Yeah, I know, me too. Me too. Ooh, Riaz takes a torpedo while he goes into the sea cap. And that's Klansman in the Shima. He's instinctively not reversing farther. Interesting. Both teams are just slugging it out right now.
I mean, it's go big or go home.
On the most balanced map of the game.
Well, I mean, thank God they rotated it, right? Like...
Nick takes a torpedo in the Des Moines, and Malo's Annapolis is already pretty low health.
Ooh, important resets on the Daring on Bacon.
Yeah. Big radar from Kinemod's Petra, though, catching all three of the northern group. You better believe they're going to shoot out Klansman 19 Shima, who loses his engine right away. And there goes the radar, because it's a shorter duration. Oh, wait. They got a hit on him. And a fire.
Unfortunately, nobody's out there to spot him.
Nope, but that's still hit points that tick down. And look at this, Klansman 19 does not have adrenaline rush. Ouch.
I was gonna say it as like 70% of the torpedoes have been slung at poor Kenny and the smoke cloud.
Mm-hmm. Going on down to the south. Mental moving the Vermont south, trying to look for shots on the Des Moines, I'd say. Melvin being forced off by Reyes's Smallland radar.
Not backed off enough, but he's still taking damage.
Yep. The thing is that he doesn't realize it now, but Niggins is going to show up with radar in a moment as well. And that's going to be a dead daring, possibly, because he's still reversing. I don't know why he's continuing to reverse, as also his hydro is available and he's not using it. There's the radar. There's the hydro. Colombo goes down to the Condi.
Down. That's huge.
Big kill. Absolutely big kill. Melvin on fire again for a second. Allows him to be spotted again. We'll find out. There's the smoke just to make sure.
But that is gonna...
Okay, Nick gets killed by Vermont.
But B-Cap is gonna flip. TCA is gonna have all the caps, but I don't think they're really gonna have control of apples for much longer, as there's really nothing to stop the gearing from going in.
Yeah, Klansman 19 was detected again for a moment. Yatos' Condi just trying to find... Ooh, Kinemod searching and finding him. Wow.
He may have found him, but he did not kill him.
No. But at this point, TCA with all three caps.
Minotaur's got to be careful because Kenny's going straight up to the border to get him spotted.
Yep. Yeah, I wasn't liking what I saw with FDG. He was playing a little bit too, you know, just open to everything and just getting chunked. Mental broke also quite low. Got torpedoes coming soon.
Well, the Minotaur is now stuck on the border.
Immense border humping.
Oh, hey, you do whatever you got to do to live.
And win.
Yes, well, almost anything to win.
Kinemod easily dodges a torpedo because he's got hydro on. Another 44 seconds.
I mean, poor Minotaur's in a pickle. Like, as soon as he turns to try to get off the border, the kind of just is probably going to slap him. And you can only wiggle so long before you're literally not moving anymore.
Honda's got his own stuff to deal with as Mental Brokes Vermont is looking to end him right here. And Yatos is shooting him too, though.
Well, I mean, Akandi, I do believe, was shooting at the Minotaur.
Nah, he's shooting at Vermont. Ooh, big hit there.
Oh, that's huge. Again.
That's from Mental's Vermont, so Brick speaking. Yatos opening up. Battle King's gearing goes down to the south. In A-cap. Small end radar.
You know, ironically, if I was Rios, I would go right at this Shimikaze.
Damn, why
Take the
not?
trade, get him out. You know, you have the heal to potentially walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause,
Everybody
I mean,
opening up on the Condi. There he goes. Oh, Snackman speaks with his Columbo, who takes torpedo.
Oh, there's the shimmy spotted.
Yeah, that'll be a dead shimmy. He's even trying to make inky. Doesn't matter.
I mean, that stops torpedoes realistically from coming in at Kenny now. Daring's got to get too close to make that happen.
The enemy is about to win.
Apparently, the announcer is confused, saying the enemy's about to win. No.
Enemy is
Bravo.
always about to win. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a TCA victory. Well fought, though. I mean, who expected this to go to Game 5? Hitting mod
my
now.
God, he ate a torpedo.
Yeah.
Unless somebody else touched him. You don't really see that often from Kenny, eating torpedoes as often as he has over the last 3 games.
Well, these guys are doing a nice job of just constantly luck checking torps at him. Eventually something's gonna hit, you know? Eventually your hydro's on cooldown, etc., etc.
Well, I think Kenny goes out here. I don't think there's anything to save him.
No, but the big problem is what comes next. Okay, I guess the Daring on and Delny on the Yu Yang. But we also have, that's Rias' Smallland right there.
Down goes like the Daring, like you say, and I don't think they're going to trade anybody for it, as the Annapolis eats Daring
That's
corpse
actually-
and dies.
Yeah, but he does kill the Conqueror.
It's all right. We
Still.
still have Snack Man, not giving anybody snacks.
And the Yu Yang just saying, you didn't kill me. Smoking up. Riaz now detected. 30 seconds to go for TCA victory. This was a fast battle, put in 12 and a half minutes.
Well, I mean, it's still going. You know, we have 15 seconds. There could be 14 detonations. Oh, wait.
There you go.
Those don't exist anymore.
There you go. We need a time extension. 10 seconds to go. Minotaur puts the radar on, hoping he can find something. Cannot. And it's official. TCA winning the tournament.
In Game 5 on Ocean as Team Bravo.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what
Wow.
I will say after watching all of this? I think Rios did a really, really good job of staying alive,
Oh, God, yes.
staying calm and collective while constantly being shot at right away.
Yeah, absolutely. Chat, who was your MVP? Who would you guys say was your MVP from watching this tournament? I would agree. Rios did a great job all these games. He did a fantastic job in all of these games. Well, congratulations, TCA.
I would have to say my MVP was the lawyers, because we only had to deal with them once.
Yeah. I
And they
suppose
were
so.
actually, you know, they were actually quick about their decision making, though, too. Like,
They were.
you know, thank God.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, Puddin', anything else to mention before we transition to the after party?
I cannot wait for the factions tournament.
So, let's talk about that real quick. So people, I've got it on my YouTube channel now. I've got a playlist for the War of Faction. Go search my YouTube for War of Faction. It's an alpha test, and I think it's a really exciting concept. Basically, factions, they have factions laid out as different empires or different races, if you will, from Star Trek. Enterprise tournament makes sense, right? So they've got like Klingons, they've got the Federation, Section 31, Species 8472. Like, it's so cool. Like, and what they did was they said, okay, there are specific ships that each faction has, right? So, for example, the Romulans are the only ones who could take a submarine because they've got the cloaking device. That's kind of a cool idea. And it's made by the same people who put this tournament together, who run this tournament. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if that comes back, what they're going to do with it. I'm excited for it.
I mean, I am.
I'm very excited for it.
I'll be on my deathbed crawling to the thing to watch or cast that with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to... some of the most fun that I think Puddin and I have ever had casting a tournament, because they made... Yes, the factions are all, not balanced because some are stronger than others because it's the first time they're putting it together, but they did make some changes on the fly. Remember, Section 31 came with fewer ships, and then they changed that. Like stuff like that, as a way to, force different kinds of engagements, because you don't know who your opponent's going to be. You don't know what faction they're going to be. So you don't know, are they going to take, are they going to be Klingons? Are we going to fight the Klingons? Are we going to fight the Federation? We're going to fight our own kind of setup, right? The Federation was I think there were two, right? That could take the Enterprise as a carrier.
One of the Federation factions could take the Enterprise. I think it was just the Federation could take the Enterprise.
Yeah, I thought there was another one too, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Well, either way, I mean, it was still a really cool idea. So I know that they're listening to us talk about this, and I hope they can feel and sense the excitement in our voices when we're talking about it. It's going to be good. I
mean, I forgot what Section 31 special ability was.
They had higher tier ships and fewer.
Yeah.
That was their big thing. And then what they did was they were forced to take a couple low tier ships to,
For those of you asking, I don't run AR on my shimmy.
The thing about Shimakaze is most players will value the torpedo reload more than than adrenaline rush, because obviously that's an automatic 10%. So you have to give something up in order to get that AR. And that's the hardest part to think about as a Shimakaze. Do you give up radiolocation? Or, I don't remember the exact build, but you get the idea.
Right. I mean, I could see, like, I could see putting AR for tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But quite frankly, for random battles, I don't even want to be shot at.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to have everything based upon me taking damage, because it could end not well.
Right. So, the art is so complex for TCA. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, the funny thing about that is the TWA original logo. They just obviously got rid of the W and put the clown in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Guys, I'm so glad we could bring you this tournament. I'm so glad we could bring you guys this tournament. I'm seeing all of you guys saying thank you for the cast that both you and me put in. And I gotta say, it's been a lot of fun doing this tournament. I always hate ends of tournaments because sometimes you get those battles, and for us, this was the grand final. I think that really sealed the deal for this tournament. Like, if I go back on it, that's what I'm going to be remembering for this tournament. So I do really appreciate that you guys all took the time to tune in. I hope you guys can stick around for the after party. We'll be just having some fun. Some more scotch to drink. Should be a lot of fun there. Shin, thank you for the tier 2 sub, man. But yeah, so guys, we're gonna transition to the after party. You can stick around if you'd like. I'd be very much appreciated if you'd be willing to do so. We're gonna be playing some ships. I'm gonna show you guys a really fun trick with the card game, if you don't know that yet. And then I don't know if I'm gonna play ranked or if we're gonna just play, just relax. I'll leave that up to you guys, chat, to decide, essentially. But yeah. hopefully you guys can stick around. Reminder, I have to do a few things in order to make that transition from 4-minute delay to 0-minute delay. Yeah, Revenge, congratulations on 4th place, dude. I mean, well earned for all the teams that played. We couldn't have a tournament without people saying, I'm going to go in and jump on in. So to cut the 4-minute delay, I have to kill my internet. I have to kill OBS, start up the internet, start up OBS, change the scene collection back to my regular replay theater scene collection, and then turn off the 4-minute delay, and then start all the streaming back up again. So you may see for a little bit just a blank screen. Stay put. You may need to refresh your screen. That's the most important part. If you start seeing in chat that I say I'm back or whatever, you probably are gonna need to refresh the screen, maybe multiple times. I don't know. So, yeah. Anything else, Puddin', before we make the transition?
No.
All right. Well, there's a shout out for Puddin', guys. Make sure that you toss Puddin' a follow, as if you really want to thank Puddin' for his time this tournament, and most likely next weekend for the King of the Sea Trident Trials tournament. The best way to thank Puddin' is to click that link and toss him a follow at the very least. Okay. I'm sure he'd
go
appreciate
watch
that.
Throwback and make him play the key.
There you go. That could work too. So, all right. Well. Let's do the transition, and I'll see you guys soon.